Hey, everybody, welcome back. And it's about time that we are going to tell you why all these shelves in our archives are empty. That's because we've taken all the DVDs and VHSs and we've put them in a sack. All right.
Put them in a sack.
We put them in a sack right here. And that's a segment that we call here at Kensil Culture, Grab Bag Mini Movie Review. And what we do is
wait. I thought it was grab grandma's underwear. Grab Bag Mini Movie Review.
You need to have some debriefing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pick, you can see that we're just chock-filled, a cornucopia of culture right here.
My mom's maiden name was Cornucopia.
I cannot cope with you. And John is going to be the first. We're going to take one of these DVDs or VHSs, and we're going to give it a mini review. And we're going to let John Kensil. Don't look, John.
I will not.
You in your big underwear.
All right.
All right.
How to buy and sell urinal cakes?
No, that's one of my favorite musicals right there.
It's called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, starring Robert Morse, who just died a couple years ago, who looked like Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah, he was the original madman, okay, and this is sort of taking place in the canyons of New York at all the sort of madmen, sort of business
the 60s.
Man, 50s, 60s. It has, has one of my favorite stars in it right over here, okay, Michelle Lee, okay, she's been in a lot of different movies, and do you know where she's from?
Michelle Lee has one of the best scenes I've ever seen in the movie Herbie the Love Bug with Dean Jones.
She was in Herbie the Love Bug, too. Right. That's maybe where I fell in love with her.
Well, there's a great scene in the movie where she's in the car with Herbie, and there's a magical Volkswagen, and he locks the door, and she can't get out. Well, this van pulls up, and there's two 60s hippies. And those we were too. They were played by Dean Jones and the other guy.
Yeah, they were the same players. But they were 260 hippies. I mean, with the full regalia.
Right. Well, Michelle Lee's in the car, and they pull up, and they have like square 60s hippie glasses and beards, right? And she's on, help! I'm trapped in this car. Help! I'm trapped. And the head hippie goes, "We're all trapped, chickie baby." And they drive away. But that's Michelle Lee, and she's still alive.
She's still alive, and this movie I enjoyed a real lot. It's based on a book that was turned into a musical, and the book was sort of like how to get out of work, like being at work, like George Costanza used to do, and Seinfeld. He would, he would hide under a desk or try to get out of work any way he can. A great song is from here. I mean, How to Succeed in Business. It's the You Have That Cool, Clear Eye of a Seeker of Wisdom and Truth. I Believe in You, okay? Which is like...
I always thought that was a Steve Allen song, but it's not.
It does sound like a Steve Allen song.
That Star song.
But it is also... one of my favorite old-time actors is in this, Mr. Rudy Valley.
That's right.
Okay, Mr. Rudy Valley is in there. If you don't know who Rudy Valley is, he's a vagabond lover, and he was one of the first superstars out there on the thing. So I highly recommend, okay? And this was just redone on Broadway.
With Matthew Broderick.
And it was done before on Broadway with...
French Stewart?
No, the guy from... We're going to say French Stewart.
No, okay. Who was the guy?
Oh, it was the guy from Lord of the Rings.
That's right, the kid, the little kid, the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Frodo.
Yeah, and he was in this. But I highly recommend How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
It's a neat movie.
Funny and sexy and musically right in tune. One of my favorites.
And he looks exactly like Alfred E. Newman. Gap in his teeth and everything.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to have to bring that up on the Mad series.
Are we doing another one?
Oh,
My turn or
yeah,
your
we'll
turn?
do one more, but I wanted to remind everybody to hit subscribe and hit that bell, okay? The bells are ringing. And once again, John, you are going to let me, you have to turn that bag around so
I'm
it
shaking
doesn't,
it.
we don't want any shady business in here, okay?
All right.
This is in the $64,000 question.
Yes.
All right, here it is in question right here. Let me see, it's this one right here, let me see, and it's
Oh, okay.
the Poseidon Adventure right there.
But this is the remake with Kurt Russell. It's like 20 years ago. I think Ray Liotta's in it too.
Oh, I have this upside down. I'm sorry.
But
it was the Poseidon Adventure with a 3D cover.
Yeah,
Boy, that is something else.
No, it's the updated the 1974 or 72 classic with, it was probably one of the first disaster movies besides Airport. It was an airport. No, I think this was the first. The Towering Inferno, the Ransom at Joy Behar's house, all the horror films. But this was a remake from about 10, 15 years ago with Kurt Russell. But it's about a super ocean liner that gets hit with a. Now, wait, on this one, I don't think it does. This get hit by a tidal wave or a bomb goes off?
It says here that it's during a filming of The View. Repercussions. No, it doesn't. I think it gets hit by a tidal wave
on this one too. I thought a bomb. Anyway, the boat winds up upside down, and they got to work their way from the top to the bottom. And but it's Kurt Russell's in it. God, who else in this movie too? But it was a neat movie to see in the theaters, but it's forgettable. But it was directed by Wolfgang Peterson, who did Das Boot.
Okay.
And a couple other films, but nah.
I saw it and I kind of liked it, but there is nothing like the original.
Oh, it is a tidal wave. Look at the cover.
Yeah.
Also, too, you know what's really strange, too? I think when this came out, they did a TV version the same time. Like there's another. They did a TV remake of it too. Just
well, you can't burn a good thing. My favorite part in that whole movie is when Shelley Winters. Okay.
Yes.
We all know Shelley Winters, and it's great to see when the boat turns over like this. Oh, how they, the tables stick to the ceiling, and how the piano comes down, and it crushes a kid, and it's A flat minor.
B flat.
But Shelley Winters as I can't swim, but she won. She could swim when she was a kid, and she got that tenacity that only Shelley Winters could have.
We recently lost a celebrity last week who I thought was extremely beautiful. That's Stella Stevens. She was in the Nutty Professor with Jerry Lewis. Beautiful, just beautiful girl. She's in Poseidon Adventure, right? So there's a scene in the movie. This is a '74 version with Jack Albertson and Gene Hackman.
There's got to be a morning after.
Well, they all have to swim real far away and come up the other side to save themselves, right? Stella Stevens, who just passed away last week, says, "Let me go before fat ass." about Shelley Winters, and because she gained a lot of weight, but she goes, "I'm going before fat ass." You got to see it.
You got to read Shelley Winters' biographies, and hey, the Poseidon. Be sure to read the liner notes. Okay, sorry about
Ocean
that.
liner notes.
I went a little bit overboard, and so did we. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Grab Bag Mini Movie Reviews. Come back. Okay.